Hello and welcome to the week 2 of LUTI. This is the final day of week 2, and here we have tonight 3 good sets to show you, and we will start in Div 9 with Deep Sea Squids versus Dramatic Hour. I am Pat, here with Kuyo. Are you ready to watch some LUTI action? Are you playing LUTI?
Yes, and sadly no. But hello everyone, this is your daily dose of LUTI. Today with, like you said, Div 9 with Dramatic Hour versus the Deep Sea Squids. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not playing this LUTI round because, well, I don't have a team. I think the last time I was playing LUTI was literally at 2020 in Season X, Season 10. In Division 4. However, after that was my only LUTI, which is kind of sad. However, that shouldn't be the topic today, because we got some great games coming up. Starting with Division number 9, Dramatic Hour versus the Deep Sea Squids, starting at Tower Control on Sturgeon Shipyard, like a Splatoon 2 classic. Like, it's a very well seen map. Generally in Splatoon, and as we can see, we're already starting in Tower Control on Sturgeon Shipyard, and like I expected from a Division 9, that's a very exotic constellation here.
Yeah, Dramatic Hour bringing the charger with Thermalink, that's something. I'm not used to see that. Meanwhile, Deep Sea Squids with a ballpoint nouveau. I love the ballpoint nouveau. That ink vacuum is so fun to use, and we'll see if they're able to make good use of it onto this map mode. Right now, lots of fights happening around the tower. It looks like Deep Sea Squid is going to be able to take the tower, try to bring it to the checkpoint, but not really managing to get it.
Good snipe there from the charger, because you cannot afford to miss in this position, because if you miss like once, the tower is way too far away for the range of even for a splatter scope. However, it's a bit contested over there in the middle, yet no winner here and there. However, now the Deep Sea Squids wanting to get the starter. However, the Booyah Bomb kinda interrupting the plans. Still a very equal match here in the middle with no winners. However, now with some good picks, Deep Sea Squids now with the opening, and maybe they can get the first checkpoint with Jay also.
Yeah, and as they grab the tower, they really forced Dramatic Hour to move back, completely rotate as the whole team was going to defend, and that gave really Deep Sea Squids the opportunity to completely change the way this game is going. And right now the checkpoint is ticking, and we might see a checkpoint for Deep Sea Squid. Yes,
it is the checkpoint for the Deep Sea Squids, and they not stopping at all. Now the Anzap has to fight against them, and yeah, now they got a good seat. Okay, now Dramatic Hour cleared it. Now Dramatic Hour cleared it. That was very important, because 37 points and the first checkpoint, which is also the longest checkpoint in Sturgeon Shipyard, is now down for Deep Sea Squids, and they definitely need to get some points going. However, they starting well. However, the Sloshing gets down. But the checkpoint, the first checkpoint, already on it. The ink vac! Ooh, that was nice. And the Anzap not stopping on its path anyway. Still, the tower on the first checkpoint now down, and now no team has either checkpoint. Oh no!
That's a loss of the drinks, but that's still the lead for Dramatic Hour. And Dramatic Hour right now, they keep the tower there, and they have 3 players up. Deep Sea Squid is really scrambling to defend, and Dramatic Hour is just dancing around. Ooh.
That loss of the tactic cooler gives me some Kimi Räikkönen vibes. That's so unfortunate. However, now the Deep Sea Squids trailing with 32 to 37 with a great start. However, Dramatic Hour just did the better push, and that is a Trizuka in the face of the range blaster, and the dramatic hour not stopping in their path. Another twice lusher completely cornered by the dramatic hours, and the second checkpoint and the final checkpoint is already down. The Booyah Bomb crashing in. It's very difficult now for Deep Sea Squids to defend this. There's the Inkblot also weakening the defenses, and it's looking for a KO, and it is the KO for Dramatic Hour. They are opening the score sheet for us today and are leading 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0 for Dramatic Hour. And that was a great show of patience that they had in that game, and especially in that final push. Like, they brought the tower to where Deep Sea Squids had brought in their push before, but Dramatic Hour, they didn't lose their players, and the moment they didn't have the advantage, they moved back, stay patient, wait for Deep Sea Squid to make another mistake so they can move even more forwards, and getting that ground a little bit after little bit. That's really what gave the game to Dramatic Hour, and what a very good way to open this LUTI set.
Yeah, the Deep Sea Squids with a great opening 4v2 situation created, also the first push created, which was actually pretty good. However, Dramatic Hour just crashing in with great teamwork, with great, with a great objection. Basically, everything just fitted for Dramatic Hour, and they're leading 1-0. Pretty much deserved. However, now we got a little bit more active, an active objective, which is Rainmaker on on this map on Manta Maria. I remember back in Splatoon 2 where I always got the Rainmaker, and I'm not going like straightly through. I'm always picking like the cheese path, like off the bounce and then inbound again. It always worked. It's like it always worked. Hopefully we're gonna see this. Hopefully we're gonna see it again. However, I think the teams are aware of this and are not gonna let it happen on either side.
Yeah, lots of cheeky paths with the Rainmaker on this map mode still, and yeah, it's nice to have a map with several routes that enable different weapons and different styles depending on where you want to go, where you want to bring a fight, and that really gives the strength to Manta Maria. I also think because it's Rainmaker and because Deep Sea Squids, they were a bit more aggressive at first, having a mode that goes a bit faster, you know, it's going to help them get back the momentum and try to go back on the attack. And because like Dramatic Hour was really profiting from the slower pace of tower control, and like I want to see a close set, so I want to see Deep Sea Squid get their own.
Yeah, it's a great mode for Dramatic Hour because on tower control, if you lose control, you can always fight back. However, in the Rainmaker, if you lose control, you have a huge problem because then you need to like completely fight back, and that quickly, because like back in Splatoon 2, one wipeout and it's over. However, in Splatoon 3, we do have checkpoints, so this won't happen that quickly. However, we see a heavy edit.
Yeah.
For the Deep Sea Squids, maybe a good weapon to at least protect the backlines a little bit with their great firing power.
Yeah, look at that. The Deep Sea Squids, they are doubling down on the mid-range weapons. They just want that mid-range action and that suppression on the shooter on the other team.
Nice distraction from the Twizuka. Now the first and only checkpoint is down. Oh, and that is a great prop here from Dramatic Hour, and they're picking up the Rainmaker as well in order to get a greater push going, and it is going to be a great push. However, okay, that was a good pick here from Deep Sea Squids. That was an important pick. However, Dramatic Hour not stopping. They definitely need to get this Rainmaker out of here, because if it lands on the ground, you're in huge trouble, because they got
with a vacuum.
Oh, they do! Oh my god! Oh. It's on 2!
It's on 2 right now. Deep Sea Squids, they get a little bit of breathing with a wipeout, but now they pretty much need a KO if they want to win this game. Dramatic Hour, that was like quite a huge prolonged push with really grabbing back the Rainmaker after losing it, not really minding getting downed. They really made sure that that push went the distance, and right now Deep Sea Squids going right to the checkpoint and are looking to get some more. They need to reopen, and oh no! Yeah.
But not a lot of space. Not a lot of space in there.
Chill is still there with the vacuum.
But the Rainmaker is going to reset.
Oh, that is so sad. You hate to see it, Kia.
I mean, the barrier just expands, and on this platform you don't have much space. Either you get snagged by the opponents, or you just fall down, or you just back up, but you won't gain anything about it. However, the Knight is scaling with a great double splat here, splat, and now probably a good push opportunity now for Deep Sea Squids. They're already onto it. However. 2 points still. They must get 1 point or better in order to get the lead, or maybe even the KO. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be very difficult with an Anzap, with the Dwink machine.
Oh yeah.
With the Dwinking vending machine. However, also with a great defending. Oh no, not again!
Oh, no.
Oh my god!
Oh no! What is? I mean. This is not the first LUTI set I watch this week, and that spot has claimed a lot of players this week. Like, this has been the spot where so many players have died to the map. And yeah, it happens, and especially on these intense games where you want to give it your all, you're gonna slip. At some point, you're gonna slip.
This... So many lives, like it's giving me a new Albacore hotel vibes. Not gonna lie. Anyway, we are going the next push here for Deep Sea Squids. A great Rainmaker pick here from the Rainmaker here. There is some casualties though, with the Rainmaker now needing to back it down, and it gets snagged by the Slusher, from the Dramatic Hour. Now the last minute is beginning. Deep Sea Squids still need 1 point or less in order to get the lead, or maybe even win the game. Dramatic Hour looking forward to get the second point in the set, which is definitely okay. That was maybe a little bit greedy, maybe a little bit.
A bit greedy, but like Deep Sea Squids, they really need these encounters go their way. Dramatic Hour, they don't need the extra points, but they are still pushing. There's 20 seconds left, and they're gonna try to get it.
Oh, they're still in there though. They're still in there. It's not cleared yet. Oh, the great! Oh, what a great shot. However, okay, the Rainmaker pop now for Deep Sea Squids, but they still extremely weakened here in this position now with almost all the three. Great shot here from the Splatterscope. However, it gets picked by the Rainmaker. They need to push this in now. That was a great push from the Dramatic Hour, because now they need to go double the distance. Then in the middle. That's gonna be very difficult now for Deep Sea Squids. They're now trying to push it. However, the Zap is awake and has seen the Rainmaker and picked it with elegance. The Dramatic Hour is beginning for the Deep Sea Squids, because the Dramatic Hour now leading 2-0 with a great situation now in the entire set.
Yeah, that has been just game 2. Deep Sea Squids, they're right behind them, but they're a bit like Dramatic Hour, just a bit more solid, just a bit more in place, having the defense be on point and really stopping everything that Deep Sea Squids is able to throw at them. Right now, Dramatic Hour really showing the control of the map, and Deep Sea Squids, lots of small mistakes that add up and that cost them.
The two falling downs, the two out of bounds. It always hurts. It always hurts to see.
Mhm.
But anyway, now we got a bit of a slower mode, which is Clamblets on Inkblot Art Academy, which is a bit more forgiving in case you get wiped out.
Yep.
So maybe a good mode for Deep Sea Squids to maybe plot their comeback, maybe plot their Reaver sweep, question mark, nudge nudge. Yeah, another Splatoon 2 map, Inkblot Art Academy, went a long way, a very well seen map as well. Yeah, we've seen a lot of defense, a good defense, a good offense from Dramatic Hour. Maybe they can carry it over to Clamblets Inkblot, but maybe Deep Sea Squids can also maybe play their part and maybe get more aggressive, because in Clamblets you definitely need control of the basket in order to score some points, and of course you need clams. Well, it's Clamblets.
Yeah, I expect to see a lot of vacuums. I mean, we've seen both of these teams use the vacuum, and I want to see more. On Clamblitz, vacuum can do magical things and just give you a push for free, followed by a huge attack. Like, there are so many ways to use that vacuum, and both of these teams are rocking it, and I love to see it.
And there we go, Clamblets on Inkblot Art Academy.
Ooh,
oh yeah. And we, okay, okay, a T-Tech? A T-Tech with Rockwell as well.
Yeah. Deep Sea Squids, they're trying things. They are changing the pace, and with an ink brush, that ink brush is going to be constantly flanking, constantly going behind, and being a constant nuisance that Dramatic Hour will have to look over the shoulder. But right now, Dramatic Hour, they're looking forward, and it's 3 down on Deep Sea Squids. Dramatic Hour, they're just looking to grab a few extra clams so they can attack.
And that's all credits to Cheese with the Slusher. Great play, opening some good opportunities now for Dramatic Hour. However, Deep Sea Squids already on the verge on defending it. There's the Inkback coming in. There are the scores crashing in as well. A great shot from the Inkback. However, the brush closing the score for Dramatic Hour. Only 20 points. Only the Super Clam went in. That is not an optimal push. And now we have a double attack maybe going on for Deep Sea Squids. They have 2 Super Clams in hand. They just now need to get a good opportunity. However, Dramatic Hour already deleting them. It feels like they're deleting them. And now maybe trying to enhance the score a little bit. The Super Clam got thrown into onto the platform. South now with the Anzap throws it in. However,
but again,
only the Super Clam. They got a so beautiful situation. They got a so beautiful,
Yeah, Deep Sea Squids really defending well this time, really keeping themselves alive and making sure that the damage isn't too tough on themselves. But now, they got the lesson. They're not picking the pity clam. They are trying to get the clams on for them. And that's Dramatic Hour again, painting mid-yellow and taking that control. It's again Dramatic Hour that's looking to attack, and Deep Sea Squids, we've seen them keep that control of the basket, and we'll see how they're able to do. Right now, it's trade after trade, but Deep Sea Squids, they need to move forward before they can even attack the basket.
The problem is Deep Sea Squids only need 2 Super Clams to take the lead, because Dramatic Hour with only 2 Super Clams and 2 separate pushes only gets them to 70 points. With 2 Super Clams, Deep Sea Squids can get down to 60 and maybe even more. However, the 3v3 situation does not help for the Deep Sea Squids. There is the Inkback shot that completely splats the brush. And we keep going. It's just a bit contested with a little favor for Dramatic Hour. Deep Sea Squids, they have a brush. However, they cannot quite get the push on going on. However, now maybe with a 4v3 situation, maybe they can open it up now.
Yeah, Deep Sea Squids finally getting some control, getting the few picks that they need to organize an attack. Bonk is going to try to flank behind, gets called out though, and T has to move back. Deep Sea Squids just inches away from the basket, but a bit too hasty to get there. That's going to be moving back and getting back, and they are losing a super clam there and giving Dramatic Hour the opportunity to attack again.
Oh, the great zipcaster here from the Splatana Stamper. There goes the Inkblot again. Oh, this might be a score as well. Oh, they missed the clam though. They missed the clam.
Oh, wait.
They missed the first clam. They got the second one in. There is another. There goes 2 little clams for Dramatic Hour. Still. Okay, now they got under 60, and they still going. They are still going. 39 points down now. Then there's the next zipcaster. The NZip also throws some clams in. Now the defense is completely breached. Like Deep Sea Squids now need to regroup with a Dramatic Hour pushing. That is so unfortunate for them because they actually had the opportunity to win this because of the 2 weak pushes from Dramatic Hour. But now with that push, that is going to be a tough one if we want to win this, because now they got only 5 seconds plus 20 seconds overtime.
Yeah, and Bonk looking to get in with the Inkbrush, finally able to pass through and score a little bit of points, but right now Deep Sea Squids, they need to grab that clam, they need to grab that super clam, have players in, but it's not going to be enough in overtime. They are trying to keep the basket open, but Dramatic Hour just needs to get a few extra picks. That's going to be game 3 for them, and that's a 3-0 for Dramatic Hour.
I have like a slight feeling that Dramatic Hour has found a great balance between offense and defense. Like for the beginning, it was quite a bit grumpy because like you got only like 2 super clams in and 2 different pushes, which only gets you down to 70. So Deep Sea Squids actually had the opportunity to get the lead and maybe put some kind of pressure against Dramatic Hour. However, like usually for me, a team like completely focuses on offense or maybe even defense. However, Dramatic Hour, they have such a perfect balance between those two, which kind of puts Deep Sea Squids into a tough situation because they cannot push in and they get pushed in with a rather promising constellation of weapons though. So Dramatic Hour with a very good comp, now leading 3-0, and now this might even be a Dramatic Hour mode with that balance, because now we got zones on Humpback pump track.
Yeah, on zones like Deep Sea Squids, they need to find a way to push Dramatic Hour back. They need to find a way to attack, because Dramatic Hour, their defense has done all the difference so far. Deep Sea Squids are not able to push through, and then Dramatic Hour just needs 1 good push or 2 good pushes and they win the game. Deep Sea Squids, they need to pierce through, they need to score the points, and they need to push Dramatic Hour back into their spawn if they want to get that game. And right now we can expect Deep Sea Squids to discuss, okay, we've tried a whole range of weapons, a whole different strategies, different comps. What works against these guys? What weapon do we go with? Because they need all the firepower they have. They need to get all the picks they can get if they want to get back into this set. Because right now, Kuyo, Dramatic Hour is looking to just run away with it.
Yeah, definitely. With a 3-0 lead, they're not far away, but with a 4-0, they are going to be far away for the Deep Sea Squids, because after that, Deep Sea Squids are in a constant pressure situation, which can be like mentally a little bit challenging. If you're trailing 4-0, like everything has to be perfect then. And for Dramatic Hour, of course, if you lead 4-0, you cannot afford to sleep on that lead yet.
Oh, yeah.
However, now we're going in to split zones on Humpback Palm Track, and okay, now they got a little bit more aggressive with the T-Tech and the V-Shot, and as I am seeing, not really of a big change. However, now the brush going over to the Zap. This might... Yeah, the thing is, Dramatic Hour is pretty aggressive, and with a great charge here from the Splatterscope for the opener. That's a huge one. Deep Sea Squids now with... yeah, like I said, with a tough situation now, because now Dramatic Hour with a great offensive comp now can push the Deep Sea Squids back, and in zones that can be actually very challenging, especially if you like are completely pushed back and the objective, it just takes down on its own. You don't have to do anything.
Ooh. And the Deep Sea Squids right now, they are completely separated between the streets and the zone. They have trouble really pushing as one, and Dramatic Hour can just paint the zone, stay as a group, and take the fights as a team. Right now, it is going so well for them, and they're already close to getting a KO. Deep Sea Squids are really struggling, and that pick of the ball point means that right now Deep Sea Squids, they need to just run at the zone, try to paint it, but it has not worked so far, and Dramatic Hour is going to get that game.
I mean, it's just what I said. They have a complete aggressive comp. They have an objective that completely does itself on its own. It's splat zones, and if you lose the control, you basically gonna have a bad time. And that's exactly what happened. Dramatic Hour with an aggressive comp. Deep Sea Squids, unfortunately, way too separated, like you pointed it out. It was very difficult for them to get back into the game, especially on Humpback Palm Track, which can, be very bad to you sometimes. So Dramatic Hour with a 4-0 lead in a best of 9 set, so meaning that Deep Sea Squids has to win every single game, and Dramatic Hour only has to win 1 now. And maybe the Reaver sweep arc beginning for Deep Sea Squids on Tower Control MakoMart, which is always open for some surprises. So Dramatic Hour should not be too sleepy about it, because this map actually very it's a good balanced map. Like it's not too open, but also not too full with every single thing in the world. It's, in my opinion, it's perfectly balanced, which makes this map a very good map.
Yeah, very good map indeed, and a good test of fire, of character for Deep Sea Squids right now. Like, do they rise to the occasion, profit from the fact that they have nothing to lose, and give it their all? Or does Dramatic Hour just get the 5-0, just get that statement onto the rest of their group that they are here to fight and they're here to win it? It starts with Mako Tower. Maybe the comeback from Deep Sea Squid, but right now Dramatic Hour, they look dramatically good.
Definitely. Like I said, like I pointed it out on Clamblets, they have a good balance between offense and defense. On Tower Control, of course, they had a rough start, and then they bounced back with a KO. So if Deep Sea Squids can get a good opening in the first minutes, and then maybe even finishing it with a KO, they can gain momentum. However, now with a 4-0 lead for the Dramatic Hour, it may be a difficult task to accomplish.
Oh, what?
Oh, what? What?
What? Line? I mean, talk about changing things.
And with the range blast on top.
Deep Sea Squid changing things at least, and I mean, you have to change things. You have to find some way to put your opponent off balance. And I mean, if Deep Sea Squids have like practiced that, use it, because that could make the difference. But right now, both teams are just fighting for mid, and Deep Sea Squids, now that Dramatic Hour is in mid, all that range is kind of a curse for them, and Dramatic Hour is going to look to go forward.
The problem with the comp of Deep Sea Squids is like the splatter shot is like completely responsible for getting the kills now. I mean the range blaster can help. However, now the defense, now the defense, no, not the, wait, it is. It is going to be the defense for the Deep Sea Squid. It's completely crumbling apart, unfortunately. The first checkpoint is already down over the watch of the Elite, and that is so unfortunate. Because, like I said, the V-Shot is now responsible for getting the kills, for creating the opportunities on its own, if the Range Blaster does not help. And that apparently might be even the case. The Elite are now jumping back. The tower now for a little short time in the hands of Deep Sea Squids. However, the Dramatic Hour just starting where they left off with great, with great control. And maybe Deep Sea Squids can fight back. Now, however, it may look like that. 4v3 situation may be promising.
Yeah, Deep Sea Squids, they're able to keep themselves on to meet that pick on the tri-stringer, though, is going to give Cheese the opportunity to get the other backline, and right now Shin just scrambling to confirm the pick, get the trades, but Shin has to move back with a splatter shot. That's like having this only... This is the only explosive weapon in the team, and that's a lot of pressure on them right now. Dramatic Hour is going to be back on the attack. There is no checkpoint 1 anymore, so they can just cruise directly.
And they completely got their base. They completely got their base. Like, that's so unfortunate. Oh, the splatter shot getting splattered by another splatter shot, and that is the situation you don't want to have. Like, completely apart from the checkpoint. The slosher with a great play. However, with the wipe on them, that settles it. Dramatic Hour with a 5-0 sweep against the Deep Sea Squids. That has been very dramatic for the Deep Sea Squids. Very well played here from the Dramatic Hour. That was a great game. However, like I said, the call from Deep Sea Squids, that was way too passive. We got a double backline. We got a splatter shot who is responsible for literally creating this the opportunities, and a range blaster. Ay.
Creo, that was a dramatic half hour, because that's all it took. That's all they needed to just get that 5-0, and that was really a great statement of power that they just made. I mean, they didn't do their week one set, but I mean, their week 1 opponent was right to dodge them so far, because Dramatic Hour showing the strength right now.
And we just saw that they got a good balance between offense and defense, and now they've completely showed it in zones and in tower control the last 2 games. So very good. Like I said, very good opportunity for Dramatic Hour, maybe even to win the division, because we saw that they got it what it takes. So I'm actually pretty excited to see where this is going for Division 9 for Dramatic Hour.
Yeah, very good way to start their division. And we hope to see more of them in the future in the rest of this season. And this has been like such a great LUTI season so far. But Kuyo, I think it's going to be your time to drop the mic. So where can people find you?
Yeah, well, you can find me on X, or as some people still call it, Twitter, including me. At Inkling on Fire, you can find some occasional stuff that I post there, and on Twitch, same name. Yeah, just come around. I'll be happy to see you, to talk to you.
Yes, and we'll take a short break, and then we will show you a bit of Div 8 action, Critical versus Star X, and I will be casting with Corona Beer at the hour. So thank you for watching, and we will be back in about 20 minutes.
See you soon.